units at the moment, and that's why inside the first units we have.
Good evening, everybody, for the final time from the Major Dhyan Chand National Stadium in New Delhi, India, because it is the 44th and final match of the Hero Junior World Cup for 2013. It's France against Germany. Well, this is what they are fighting for, the Junior Hockey World Cup. And the two sides being led out onto the park, either side of that trophy. An all-European affair, a repeat of the third-fourth playoff match at the 2012 Junior Euro Hockey Nations Championship, in which Germany won by 8-0. But this is a different occasion, and both sides are out on the park. So it's the new boys at this level, the French up against the experienced German side. 5 times the winners of this tournament in 9 editions, looking to make it 6 from 10. They come into this final as overwhelming favourites. Well, Matthias Müller, the skipper, will have a big role to play, but France, this is their squad, and their leading goal scorer is number 6, Jean-Laurent Kiffet. He scored some wonderful goals in this tournament. He's on the subs bench to start with. They've scored 13, they've conceded 12 in this tournament to date. And their head coach is Gaël Foulard, who is ably assisted by Frédéric Soyer, the senior coach. Now, Germany, 22 goals for them, 8 of them to number 17, Christopher Ruhr, who has simply been brilliant in this tournament. He has scored in every game Germany has played, and when he's not scoring, he's setting up crucial goals. So he is a man that France will have to mark. And there is his club coach, Andre Henning, who is the head coach of the youth setup in Germany. The 2 umpires for this one, Peter Wright from South Africa, and he will be assisted by Tim Pullman of Australia. Pullman blowing on the near side, Wright on the far side. And the French supporters have been doing some shopping by the looks of things. Plenty of adrenaline running around the French team, but they are the underdogs coming into this match. And you just wonder, with all underdogs that make finals, is the final a match too far? Have they used up too much energy, too much adrenaline in reaching the big game? Well, time will tell, and it is France in the blue shirts, white shorts and red socks who get this final underway. Attacking the goal to our right-hand side, Germany in their traditional white shirts, black shorts and black socks. And alongside me for this final, David Faulkner, the former GB High Performance Director of Hockey and a gold medalist in hockey at the 1988 Seoul Olympics. David, good evening. And an all-European affair, but what do you think just about the underdog status and whether or not it's a game too far for the French?
Well, I think it'll all come down to the level of competitiveness they put in. I think you make a valid point whether this is a game too far, but French keep proving us wrong. And there's a barge in the back there from Chalet, and this will be down to their quality of defending and whether we'll continue to see this fantastic counter-attack style hockey that they've been playing.
One thing is for sure, they don't know when they're beating the French. They were 4-2 down against Belgium in the quarter-final with 15 minutes or so remaining, and they won it 5-4. The ball is into the circle, and the keeper has to make an early save, but he can't, and Okereno is beaten by Nicolas Velen, and the good start the French required is out the window.
It is, and it's like the previous bronze medal game, Holland scoring in a couple of minutes, the same thing's happened in the final. It was a missed trap here, and he just went and just took it, moved the goalkeeper, placed it. That's pretty comfortable, really, and this early in the game, very comfortable.
The keeper just splitting his legs, this reverse angle you'll see. In fact, his legs were never really together. Well, if we thought that resolve was going to be tested at 0-0, it's going to be severely tested at 1 down.
I think France would fully rely on today and some key players who've performed game in, game out. If you look at Genester, Martin Brissac in particular have been real good finds for France in this tournament, but they've really got to be on the top of their game tonight.
Well, Martin Brissac and Genester were part of the senior squad that lost the Olympic qualifying final here to India. But on that occasion they held out until the 20th minute or so before they conceded the first. Went 2 down, got 1 back, and then was swept aside in a Sandeep Singh show. 4 or 5 penalty corners he rifled into the roof of the net that night.
So they'll obviously remember Delhi. I think for Germany, you know, the standouts for us is the German captain Müller has had an outstanding tournament. And a player who I think has gone unnoticed in the German team is Mats Granbruch. He's played senior hockey, but he's also been the heart of the German side this round. And then the standout Ruhr, who, as you quite rightly said, is not just scoring goals, but the quality of what he does on the ball has been a real stand for us.
Well, Velen with his third goal of the tournament there inside the opening 90 seconds. Germany's 23rd in total. Now Finau can't retain possession.
Germany coming into this game after playing two high-quality hockey matches against Holland and Australia. Both close affairs, but when it was really tight and really high-pressure stuff, they really delivered.
Yeah, they've come through the real tough side of the draw, haven't they, Germany? By losing their opening game to Belgium by 3-1, they got themselves into the second spot, and that's why they ended up on the same side of the draw. But hard to forget that semi-final against the Dutch, 3-0 and absolutely cruising, then conceding 2 goals in less than a minute, and as Christopher Ruhr said in his post-match, totally unnecessary because they were in complete control. Then the Dutch back to 3-3, but Germany wouldn't be Germany if they didn't have the composure to then score 2 late goals to win it 5-3.
And year after year, you know, they keep producing this depth of talent, young talent that comes through their club system, the coach licensing system that they have in place through their clubs as well. And all you see then is the product coming through, you know, and it doesn't matter who retires in their senior team. They've got a conveyor belt they keep replacing. France, on the other hand, this is a massive gain, but not just for performance, but profile for French hockey. This is a fabulous achievement. No one, most probably, if they'd gone into the betting office at the start of the Junior World Cup, would have put France in this final.
No, I think you're absolutely right there. Well, we've mentioned the opening game loss for Germany, 3-1 to Belgium, but they bounced back really well. 6-1 winners over Pakistan in game 2, 6-0 winners against Egypt in game 3, then that 4-3 quarter-final victory over Australia. But in truth, it was a bit more comfortable. It was 4-2, Australia getting one in the last minute to make it a 1-goal game, and then that 5-3 win over the Dutch in the semi-final. As for France, well, they opened with a very close 4-3 victory over Spain, then a 3-2 win over Argentina, and that put them into the quarter-final. So their next game against Australia had nothing riding on it. Australia had already won the group, and well, in fact it was a playoff to see who won the group, but Australia won that game 2-0. And then in the quarter-final, we've spoken about the 5-4 win against the Belgians, and then in the semi-final they were 1 down with 5 minutes to go against Malaysia and got the equaliser and won the shootout 3-1 to book their place in the final, an improbable place in the final. In fact, if Malaysia or France had got here, we would have been saying the same thing about the most unlikely of finalists.
Yeah, totally. I think the big difference for France here, they did have Australia in their pool, but I think this will be their biggest test, mainly because they're coming up with a quality team that not only offensively is strong, but most probably the best defensively as well.
Well, here go France on their first attack. Can they make something stick here? That's a nice little ball. Nothing coming for Simon Martin Brissac. Oh, Ruhr has picked up a green card.
I don't think he's seen it from the umpire now, he has. Quite dismissive of his green card as well, but rightly so.
His first green card of the tournament, the 9th for Germany. Oh, the deflection was mighty close. It was that man again, Jean-Laurent Kiffet.
Again, the ball coming over the 23, he deflected it again, very similar to the goal he got against Malaysia, but he kept it low that time. And he's got this knack of just drifting in front of the goal, and he's done a really good job for France this tournament.
The other difference was against Malaysia, it was a strike from in front of the goal, not from the side, wasn't it?
And I think I mentioned earlier around their counter-attacking ability, France. This will be the test for Germany. If France can maintain what they've done in this tournament so far, but also can France put the quality on it as well, because they struggle for Malaysia to put some great work and finish.
Good work, and across the face of goal by Simon Martin Brissac, who's one of the players you picked out, David.
Yeah, I did, and another example. And you know, in Geneste and Martin Brissett, they've got that senior experience, and you will see that play out during the game. But I think France will be quite pleased. He gets the ball, goes across. I think he'd be disappointed that at least one French forward should have had their stick low going across the goal.
It was actually Kiefe on the far side, so it was one of the only times he hasn't really got in front of his defender on that far post.
I think France would be pretty pleased, actually. I know they wouldn't have liked the early goal against them, but they'd be pretty pleased how they've got back into the game and settled down.
This is Feiner, dispossessed by Granbush. Now, Nishka. Sells Geneste all ends up. Getting back to make the tackle is Baumgarten.
Geneste really showed his disappointment when he was taken. Who had an outstanding game against Malaysia in the semi-final.
Scored the winner in the shootout. Orders to the edge of the French circle. Nothing coming.
I think the other thing I'd like to say about France just is Charlet and Peters Duas, the two fullbacks. They're not necessarily the most mobile, but they've been a real good bridge to start anything from French, and they've defended really well as well this tournament and been really consistent all the way through, and I think they'll play a key role tonight as well.
Into the midfield where Orders has plenty of time. Müller on this left-hand touchline for Germany.
And if you notice, Germany have gone to 3 round the back. They've pulled their middleman, number 13, up into the midfield area, and so they can spread higher in the pitch.
This is Tromperts. Tromperts into the French 25. Has a little look up. He'll come out to Müller. Müller. He'll drop it out to Held. Held over to the right-hand flank where Vinfeder, who got the 2 early penalty corners against the Dutch in the semi-final, tries to go up the right-hand flank, and giving away the free hit is Theo Pontier. Held on this left side. Up to Tromperts, who cuts back inside. Tromperts, good tackle from Kiefe. Ball into the centre of the park, and Pontier.
Kiefe there looking to try and release a man on the counter-attack again.
Yeah, Pontier didn't really look convincing, did he, in trying to keep that ball on French sticks. So Müller to take this free hit, and there's only one player behind Müller, that's Nitschke, apart from the Germany goalkeeper. Held. Good tackle across. Ooh, Lockwood's got to be careful there. Held still going, and he runs it out of play. Perhaps a little unlucky not to get the stick tackle.
Yeah,
it's pretty horrible.
Yeah, I think it made me feel a little bit hard done by there.
Well, here's the stats. Look at that. 3/4 of the game in the French half. But that is what France do so well. They don't have a lot of the ball, but they make use of it. Okay, they haven't had a shot, but they've had the same number of penetrations as Germany.
And I think that's how they've been set up this tournament. You know, very clear. They know where their strengths. They're trying to cover or work on their weaknesses. But most importantly, one of the areas they do have in this team, they have pace and they can attack from deep. And that's where their counter-attacking hockey's been so productive this tournament.
One thing that concerns me for France is their discipline in this game. They've received 7 green cards and 2 yellows in this tournament. That may not sound like a lot, but of the 12 goals conceded, a third of them, 4, have been conceded when they've been a man light. And against Germany, who are incredibly efficient, that's not you don't want to give them that advantage, do you?
No, and I'm sure, you know, when they sat down and reviewed this final, Fullard would have made that point clearly. But you know how passionate the French have seen this tournament, and when it's got a bit tense and that late tackle, or you know, going and barging in behind, we've seen that a number of times.
Using his body again. So this is Charlet. Wings it in. That's where they got their goal against Malaysia. Pinged in from that sort of area.
And he moved the ball to the left to try and move the defence before placing that ball into the D, just to make sure the defenders were on the move. So as you can see, he moved it and then dragged through. Yeah, Kiefer again, you know, just drifting in front of that goal. I'm sure he must have a piece of string just off the bar there, just pulling him one side to the other.
Scholkopf over the halfway line to Tromperts on the left-hand side. Tromperts comes out to Grambusch. Grambusch running into a bit of bother and gives away the free hit. And then plays the ball after the whistle. I think he knew he'd given away the free hit, but knocked the ball away anyway. Not pulled up by the officials. Oh dear. Lineker getting that one all wrong. Handing possession back to Durand, the French captain, who drops it out. In attendance is Nicolas Vellen. Peters Deutz trying to find the high player on the right-hand side, but there was no one there.
Yeah, France can't afford to do that. They had to work hard to get the ball. When they've got it, they need just to show a little bit more patience than they are at the moment.
Durand again. In the thick of it. Good dispossession by Van Straten on that far side. Van Straten still going. Now a chance. Baumgarten scores! And then back on level terms. Gaspard Baumgarten beating Victor Ali to his right-hand side. And France make it 1-1. Brilliant goal.
And that all came from Van Straten on the left-hand side. Great winning of the ball. You could see him, he came inside and really looked at, and even though he was dispossessed, he won the ball back. Ball was laid out to Baumgarten, and great goal. Maybe, most probably the goalkeeper would be disappointed with that, because he went to ground very early, which would look like wasn't necessary.
Wow. From a neutral perspective, that is exactly the goal that was required.
And why doesn't it not surprise us? Because, you know, that is a typical goal of what the French have done all this tournament. When you think they're away, they're dead and buried, they come up with an opportune moment and they run the ball from deep and they create a chance.
Wow, brilliant stuff for France. And let's have a look at these stats. Look, okay, well, they're back in it a little bit. It was 3/4 a quarter. Now it's 2/3, 1/3. More circle penetrations, and I bet it's 1 goal from 1 shot. It is as well. Same for Germany. So brilliant shooting when both sides are in the circle. But
yeah, totally.
France doing fantastically well with little ball.
But it just reflects the whole strategy that France have had in this competition. You know, I think we did the game together with Belgium-France 4-2, but they didn't change the way they were playing. Game ended up 5-4. Where did the goals come from? Winning the ball deep and either converting an open play or from their penalty corners.
Röhr, who can undo you with a bit of brilliance. Röhr into the circle, and Van Straten with a wonderful take. That's Niels Van Straten. He's the twin of Peter, who's on the ball now. Peter was the one who won the ball for the equaliser. And France have just got to try and keep a lid on it here, having got back on level terms. They don't want to do anything stupid.
No, they don't. They want to get the balance between keeping the patience and then taking those opportunities, and they will come. They will definitely will come.
Ball to this right-hand side. Pontier drops it out to Niels van Straten. Back down to Martin Brissac, who wins the free hit. Niels van Straten to take. He'll drop it out, or at least he should do, to Fogg, who then goes to Charlet. Charlet out to the left-hand side for France. In it comes, and a chance here. Well, it almost fell to Baumgarten again, but he just couldn't bring it under control with his first touch.
The momentum just took the ball forward, whereas ideally what he wanted to do is just place the ball. So when it came across here, he just took it a couple of yards ahead of him.
I think had he brought it down under control, then the German defender was there to make the tackle anyhow. But here come Germany. This is Velen again. Velen into the circle. Velen still going. Oh no. Edgar Reno just gets half a kicker on it, and he's rescued by his defenders.
And Charlet did really well there again. I pinpointed him earlier. He just is a little bit of an unsung hero in this team.
Hang on a second. Fogg down the other end. This is brilliant stuff. Play on. And a foot. Well, it's breathless right now.
So here we are with the ball is taken well and not just on the right-hand side here, and great tackle. And do you see? So not only did he do the first tackle, he pulled the ball back on the second.
And then down the other end, Fogg almost getting Lockwood away. For a big lad, Charlie's quite quick, isn't he?
Yeah, he is, and deceptively quick, and good reach as well.
Peters do it to Charlet, and everyone's just about just grabs a little breath.
It's going to be really interesting how Germany deal with this now.
Big tackle from Samson, stay big, stay strong, and Nicholas Bruns just absolutely put on his backside here.
And the shoulder was low and just placed him on the deck. But it will be interesting how Germany deal with this, because, you know, most probably had knowledge of Australian and Dutch hockey in those two big games, quarter-final and semi-final. But this is a style most probably they haven't come up against yet, with a side that is willing to have a go at them.
And look, do you think, having beaten them 8-0 at the Euros, they're probably thinking, okay, well, you know, even if we're not 100% today, we're going to win this? I mean, I know they would never admit it, but there's always a little bit of complacency, perhaps, to start with when you go 1-0 up inside the opening 2 minutes.
Yeah, I don't think there'd be complacency, but they would have kept a close eye on what France have done in this tournament and watched how they've played.
Well, here's the France goal once more.
And again, credit to Van Straten for creating this. And that is poor goalkeeping. Now I've looked at that a second time. He should have stayed on his feet.
Hugo Geneste enjoyed it though.
Martin Brissac is getting through so much work at the moment and winning so much ball.
Baumgarten just fouling on the edge of the circle. Good stuff from Geneste. Germany don't like being pressed. Into the centre it comes, and that was another chance. It's incredible stuff from France. They're really growing into this final. And even more credit to them for after conceding the early goal, they've just kept going and going with their game plan.
Geneste, the quality of this cross here is he covers the ball there, and that is a fantastic position. Yeah, perhaps he should have been, I think it was Lockwood, should have been a little bit lower.
But Scholkopf on the near post as well for Germany. But knowing Germany, they'll take all this pressure, they'll go down the other end and stick one in the back of the net. Held, well tackled. And France will just thump it long and ask Germany to come again. And Edgar Reynaud, the French keeper, just trying to push his defenders a little high up. With no offside, it's very difficult to push your opposition up the park.
Germany are really struggling to string passes together. They're okay deep, but it's just when they're coming forward, they don't seem to have the harmony they had in those previous two quarterfinals and semi-final games. And also, you know, seeing a number of mistrapping the ball.
Held to Orres. Orres back to Held. Nishka. Muller, who's now over on the right-hand side. In he goes to the circle, and Samson struggling to get it clear, and he can't get it clear. Hutterman drops it out. Hutterman once more. Hutterman turns, now tries to run at goal. Geneste in the way.
First bit of pressure for France for about 10 minutes now, and it's their quality of defending now is going to be it's got to be really strong.
Muller drops it out. Now this is Nishka. Nishka's missed trap, and France can counter here. This is Lockwood. Lockwood, well, decided to go by himself. There wasn't much speed there, was there? As it's taken quickly by Fogg, who loses out.
But you can see immediately their intent. Once Lockwood had got the free hit, straight away they were looking to pick the ball up, France.
Peters Deutsch going to get a green card here. It's
no,
yellow.
I thought it would go up. He went to ground and dived. But watch this now. He went to ground, and they would deem that here, and I've seen that consistently blown. Went to ground, deliberately blocking the ball.
So France pick up a yellow, and now they're going to be really under the cosh for the next 5 minutes or so. Remember, they've conceded 4 of 12 when they've been a man light. Going to have to cover an awful lot of ground here. And they've got to keep possession. Cristoforo, Peters Deutsch.
Well, I'm personally absolutely delighted how France have approached this final, because, you know, everybody looking at from the distance of what Germany have done so far, they may have said this may have been one-sided. Well, it's far from it, and they've contributed magnificently to a great start in a World Cup final.
25 minutes gone. France won, Germany won. Germany taking a second-minute lead through Nicolas Bruns, through Nicolas Vellen, sorry, his third goal of the tournament. But 14 minutes later, Gaspard Baumgarten for France scored his first of the tournament. What an important goal it was too. And that's where the two sides currently are, although France are down to 10. A yellow, number 17, Cristoforo Peters Deutsch, their centre-back. This is Vinfeder. Hutterman turns into the circle, and they've won themselves a penalty corner.
And the first lax bit of defending from France since the beginning of the half, when the goal came. He was too far off his man when that ball, as he entered the circle, the French defender. So if you see here, he takes the ball, but he's far too way off, and they should have shown far more aggression in the tackle.
It's Fourcoy who gets his feet in the way.
It's quite easy for Winterman then.
So now Vinfeder, number 4, stands at top of the circle, looking for penalty corner number 4. Also there is Nicolas Bruns. France need to come tearing out here. Reynaud trying to make as much noise as possible with his gloves. Vinfeder, and off the foot of the on-rushing Linekergel on the right post.
It came straight to the middle of the goal, the push out there, off the foot, and then off the French stick, sorry, with the runner out. He got the stick and then hit the foot.
Linekergel trying to volley it into the roof of the net. Van Straten, tackled by Muller, wins the free hit, which Geneste will take. A little bit of handbags in the circle. Geneste rifles it in. It's up in the air, and Germany get the free hit. Oh, a whole raft of substitutions coming on and off. And Ruhr is on. And a quiet game so far with Germany, number 17.
Well, I think a lot of the German players have had a quiet game. I think France have set the tone. They've put a lot of aggression into the way they're playing, but also put a lot of pace, and that counter-attack style as well, I think, is really ruffled the Germans a little bit.
Tromperts. Well tackled. Tromperts to take. Kapan. To Muller. Muller trying to pick out Ruhr, but he does find Velen, and Velen drops it out to Wimfeder. Muller to his left. This is Muller. Kapan to Muller's left, and he goes right, and it's easily picked off by the skipper Deron.
And that's the kind of example it's not quite coming off for Germany at the moment, and they've not had many opportunities direct into the D as well.
Don't seem to be being as patient as they have been. There, Muller could have come round the left and they could have switched it again, but he's trying to fire it into the circle. Yeah,
I think that's a good observation. And most probably a little bit of frustration coming in their play as well.
Here's Ruhr. Baumgarten comes to tackle, and it's up off a Germany stick, and France have the 16. So Peters Deutz sees his 5 minutes out.
France have done well to ride that with down to 10 men. Here's the cross, in it comes. There's a slight deflection up, but I think the umpire blew that because it was lifted.
Down the other end, France almost getting the backs of Victor Ali. France got to keep running. They've got another 4 minutes and 15 seconds or so. This is the last attack.
And there's that chance. Good bit of goalkeeping. Really covered his defender there.
Sholkov down the line to Velen. Velen trying to get it across the circle. Deron's there again. Up off a French stick. Germany have the free hit. 5 yards out. It's going to be taken by Grambusch. In fact, it's a little bit further out, so Sholkov will take. Wimfeder. Go to Muller. Those two happy to... There's
That's a great pass.
There is a super pass. Brought under control by Sholkov and well cleared by Edgarino.
I think we both acknowledged that straight away.
Penalty corner. Wow, Grambusch was about to refer it before penalty corner was given.
And I think the French are going to do the other. Actually, they're going to do the opposite.
No foot, I think, is the question. Let's listen in.
Checking to see if there was a French foot in the circle.
They're pretty straightforward. So as he enters here, it's up off the French stick, in, off the French stick. And from that angle, I only see sticks.
One stick. 2 stick, 3 stick, 4. 5 sticks make a lot more.
Peter, can you hear me? Yes. I have a decision for you. It's a bully. There was no foot in the circle. France keep their referral.
And the result is a bully outside?
Bully on the far side of your circle.
Yeah, can't hear a thing.
Bully.
Bully,
Bully
okay.
on the far side of your circle.
No foot. Okay, we'll start with the bully. All right?
So Germany would have wasted their referral there.
Start with the bully. Bully. No. Okay. Yeah, all right. There's no foot though. All right? Yeah. I've looked for a foot. All right, there was no foot. So we start with the corner. Right, because there was no foot. You told that. Okay, now I've looked for it.
Move away. Move away. Move away.
I don't know why Germany are questioning that.
No, I didn't say that. No, I didn't. Can I have a look? Why you be after video on that foot?
Because you're right, they would have wasted their referral, and so France took the risk for them, but the risk came off.
So France keep their referral, and it's a bully. And France go back. I'm not quite sure why.
Now that's interesting from France, why they gave them the ball and not played a bully.
Wow.
I don't know the answer to that one.
Maybe because they were clearing it out the circle and it would have gone out of play for a Germany hit, and so they just think, well, it would have been your ball anyway. And maybe they're thinking, well, we're delighted we're not facing a penalty corner, so you may as well have the ball. Germany, though, have a couple of minutes in which to find a leading goal before the break. Grambusch has trumpets to his left.
That was a great kick from Vellum there. He did the movement down, so he did get depossessed, and then he picks it up beautifully on his reverse stick.
Grambusch, well, I don't think that Linekerger was expecting the ball back. Peters Deutz.
And that last move is just a good example of just Germany not quite being on their game at the moment.
Wimfeder drops it out. Linekerger to the left. Muller seems reluctant to use him. Muller's got to be careful here. Baumgarten's dispossessed him. Baumgarten now, but Wimfeder wins it back. Quite wise Muller trying to take the ball up the park when Linekerger is all unmarked to his left-hand side.
Yeah, that was saying, how can I best say it? The German machine is not quite clicking, is it?
So, just over a minute until the half-time break. A game that had an early goal, but it went the way of Germany, and many would have thought perhaps that France would buckle, but it hasn't been. France have been brilliant, and they've got a goal back despite having, at the time of the goal, 1/3, 2/3 possession in Germany's favour.
You see Henning and the German coach getting very animated on the bench there.
So, 30 seconds to go to the break. France really need to be tight here, need to keep the concentration levels high. Into the circle it goes, it's up off a German stick. And swing and a miss from the German player, results in a France free hit, and that, if Peters Deutz is clever about it and walks it across the middle of the circle, will be the end of the first half. And in fact, Charlet is just going to sit there. He's wisely letting the clock run down. And there is the half-time hooter, and it brings to an end a thoroughly entertaining opening 35 minutes in which Germany took an early lead through Niklas Wellen, his third goal of the competition. But Frederick Soye and Gaël Fouad have drilled their men well, and France did not buckle under the German pressure of possession. And they responded with a goal on 16 minutes by number 11, Gaspar Baumgarten. His first of the tournament, and what an important goal it might prove to be. From there on in, France arguably had the better of the chances, but their supporters on the far side will be absolutely delighted with the way their team have played. At half-time in this Junior World Cup final, it's all to play for, because it reads France 1, Germany 1.
Two struggling now.
Welcome back, everybody. The moon shining down over the Indian capital, and we are at the midpoint of the 2013 Hero Hockey Junior World Cup final. And France are more than holding their own against the defending champions, Germany. France 1, Germany 1. Germany taking a second-minute lead through Nicholas Vellen, but Gaspar Baumgarten responding for the underdogs. Let's have a look at the highlights, and it started brilliantly. Capone into the circle, got cleared. Sholkov back in, a little touch there from number 10, Grambush. And Velen was there to put the ball away. The missed trap, getting him in round the back, and a desperate start for France, but some really good play after that. Simon Martin Brissac with the ball across the circle, which Kiefe just managed, or just couldn't get on the end of. Then Peter Van Straten robbing the ball off Capone, finding Baumgarten, and Baumgarten dispatching past Victor Ali. And Ali will be disappointed in the Germany goal to concede that one. It went sort of through him in the middle of the goal, but France won't care. Baumgarten hit it well enough. Ali made a bit of a hash of it. Then, really, France had the better of the chances. This one falling to Baumgarten again, but the first touch just taking it away from him. And that with the highlights. And if you look at the stats, you'll be amazed that there aren't more opportunities for Germany, because they've had over 2/3 of possession in the opponent's half compared to France's 32. But then you look at the circle penetrations. For all that possession, just 8 circle penetrations, 7 for France, 1 shot apiece, 1 goalie. So France doing a lot more with their possession than Germany. Well, some delighted French supporters just discussing that opening 35 minutes, and David Faulkner alongside me. As a neutral, France have just had the perfect first half, considering what happened after 2 minutes.
Yeah. Am I surprised? Yes. Am I disappointed? No, because they've really brought this final alight. And those stats say it all about how they've approached all their big games here, where they've been having the ability to win the ball deep and have that pace and confidence to counter-attack. Time and time again, when we saw them play against Belgium, when we saw against Malaysia, and now they're doing it to the Germans, of their ability to win ball deep, counter, but more importantly, get something on the end of it, and that's been the conversion.
Does it say something about the Germany performance that they're out there, what, 2.5 minutes before the scheduled start time of the second half? France are just coming out the dressing room now.
Yeah, most probably. I think Henning most probably will be disappointed, not necessarily with the volume of possession, but what they've done with the possession. We've seen a number of unforced errors from the Germans this evening, which we didn't see. That their quality of hockey against Australia and Holland was of the highest order. Yes, they had the lapse against Holland, and whether that element is staying with them, I don't know. But certainly France have got stuck into them. They've really caused a little bit of lack of confidence in a number of different areas, because they know France can counter-attack.
Belgian players just enjoying their time, trying to get a Mexican wave started. They lost a shootout against Australia for 5th and 6th. And, well, they lost it in the quite controversial circumstances. Difficult to see if the ball had crossed the line or not when the whistle was blown. But it would have taken it to sudden death. As it was, they lost it 3-2 on strokes. Will this final go to strokes? We'll have to wait and see. France have put a lot into that opening 35 minutes. It'll be interesting to see how much they've got in the tank for the second.
Yeah, but I'm pretty confident they've got it. We asked those questions in the quarter-final and semi-final, and they delivered it. Most probably what we need to see now is, if Germany want to get a grip of this, is they've got to apply themselves far more and put, in my view, some far greater quality on the ball. We've seen too many passes go astray, and we've seen too many unforced errors from them.
Well, France survived being a man down when Peters Deutz was given a yellow card 10 minutes from the break. Germany picked up a green card. And we're waiting the start of this second half. We're about 5 seconds away from the whistle being blown. Germany are going to get us underway. And here we go, Germany attacking the goal to our right-hand side, and Ruhr, not sure what he was doing there, but he got almost embarrassed. Wimfeder, now Capone. That's good defensive work. Vinfeder will just pop the ball up to Kapound to take the free hit, then Vinfeder will get it back.
And that is an example of what we've seen in the first half, just sloppy, untidy, which is really, we haven't seen that until this game today.
You don't see it very often from Germany. Catching. Peters Deutz miscontrolling, but doesn't affect him too much, although it just minimises the time that he has to play the pass. Now this is Peter van Straten. Van Straten once more, turning, winning the sideline ball off Scholkoff.
He's having quite a big influence on the game at the moment, Peter van Straten, in that midfield area.
And the skipper Daron wins the free hit. Now it's Niels van Straten who'll take the sideline ball. Snaps cross in, comes out, and Germany get the free hit, which is taken by Scholkoff. Kapound wins the free hit. Lockwood again with a rather rash challenge. The Rick Charlesworth stance coming from Gaël Fouillard. Charlesworth unable to stand by his dugout, always sitting on a fence or standing on a chair.
But he must be delighted with his team, and especially how he responded from that early goal that Germany scored.
Geneste. Fénard. This is Charlet. Charlet under pressure from Ruhr. Back to Fénard. Germany pressing slightly higher up the park at the moment. This is Lockwood. Wins the... well, would have won the free hit, but play on
France.
And Geneste, underneath it goes, and trying to make up the ground was Fénard, but he couldn't, and Ruhr out. There's another big reach from Charlet. Super defending. And a little look at Ruhr after that.
And I think he's been a bit of an unsung hero for France in this tournament. Time and time again, he's just tidied up in areas around on the 1v1s.
Well, a very loose pass, and actually we saw that earlier today. The substitute standing on the sideline, the centre-back looking up, thinking he's got an outlet onto the right flank, winging the ball out there, and then looking disgusted when his teammate is waiting to come on and just lets the ball go out of play. And now Ruz is on. Having not seen that in the first 8 days of competition, I've seen it twice today.
Amazing what pressure does to people.
Martin Brissak's got to be careful here. Well, Grambusch is going to be spoken to.
Yeah, Martin Brisket was getting frustrated, but I think Martin Grambusch just interfering with the ball.
Fénard restarts. Martin Brissak is round Vinfeder. Martin Brissak. Wow. Fénard convinced there was a push. And they're going to refer it.
And Genese was pretty quick to the umpire.
Okay, I'm looking for an influential push on the French.
So Brissac played the ball inside here. And what the French are saying is that was a deliberate push in the back.
That's from Ruhr. Now,
just watch here. And there, do you see the butt of the stick into his back?
Right, it's whether or not Bruce Bell, the video umpire.
It is outside the D, actually, when contact, looking from this angle.
And we've got a decision coming, I think.
Peter, can you hear me?
Yeah.
I have a decision for you. It is a penalty corner. There is
So
a
Ruhr
clear
does
by the
push,
German
and he is penalised. So 2 good referrals from France in this game.
I don't think there's any complaints from the Germans there.
Well, they are. Matthias Müller is doing just that. And they're rattled, Germany. Usually they just get on with it, but they're rattled.
Yeah, and we're normally used to this level of calmness and preciseness in their hockey, and France, in their style of get at them, has really rattled them.
And we have been critical of India not being able to deal with the pressure. It could be argued Germany is struggling to deal with the pressure. So much right, they're 5 times they are World Cup winners, looking for a 6th title in 10 editions. Huge expectation upon them. France reveling in it at the moment. Here we go then. Penalty corner for France. Who's it going to be? Geneste. It is. Good save. Follow-up goal! France are in front, and it's Baumgarten again. And Germany are stunned, but they've got half an hour to pull this one out of the bag. It's France 2, Germany 1. Baumgarten with a brace.
As we see, straight to the top of the D, the flick goes in, and it's taken and dropped in front of the goalkeeper, but he's just there quicker than anybody else. That's a great pick, absolutely outstanding pick. And if you remember from the Belgium game, when France had 2 corners where the ball dropped in front of the goalkeeper, their forwards are so well honed in jumping in and getting to the ball first.
So now this is really important for France here. They've got to try and keep a lid on this if they can. Ruhr trying to make something happen. Ruhr still going, and he's won a penalty corner. And, well, so many times we've seen sides score and then concede goals. And we'll just wait and see. I don't want to tempt fate here. But 3 times France have scored in this competition and conceded within 3 minutes. Against Spain, Argentina and Belgium.
They're most vulnerable to that, but just because of the style of game hockey they play. So we have a double castle here from Germany now.
Wimfeder and Ruhr. It's Wimfeder. No, it's not. It's a slip. Good save. Ruhr now for a chance for a snapshot. Good defending so far from France, and they get it clear. Reynaud is absolutely pumped at the moment, the French goalkeeper. That's great play from Geneste as well under pressure.
And overall outstanding defending. So the corner comes in, it comes in off the left castle, slipped, and it's taken straight at the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper come out quite some way. And then on the second, Ruhr looked to get that across and get good defending.
I tell you what, it's just as well they didn't get that across there. 4 Germany players, all unmarked, standing around Edgar Reynaud's goal. There is Andre Henning. He'll be just a little bit concerned, and his talismanic player, Christopher Ruhr, isn't firing just yet.
It does make you think how a team a year ago lose 8-0 to Germany and then bring together a performance what they're doing at the moment.
Well, they're on the biggest stage at junior hockey and they're loving it. They haven't blinked. Well, they blinked in the first 2 minutes, and ever since then they've been staring it straight in the eyes. They've squared up to the situation and they're delivering. Now, they've got 27 and 3/4 minutes to go, and Ruhr coming off, his body language is poor. You just see him in the background, tapping his head with his stick, shoulders slumped, and there's a conference going on down on the sideline between Henning and Ruhr. I can't see who the other player is, maybe Linnekogel. Germany though, looking for the equaliser, chance, goal! The battle level terms, and it didn't take long. Germany find their stride once more.
So it was a bit lapse here from France because he took it quickly, ran down the baseline here, and in the finish it was Lewis, and Vellum put that in really well. And these are the chances you can't give Germany. And there was only one place that was going.
2 for Vellum, 2 for Baumgarten, and France just stopped playing. Geneste was appealing, he should have just got back and defended. If you feel that strongly, refer it. So the lead was 3 minutes, and for the 4th time, France score and concede.
And for me, that's down to the risk management of how they play.
Wow, another penalty called off Grambusch. Not sure Mats Grambusch is particularly enjoying his evening right now.
No, I think it was Van Straten who got, I believe it was Van Straten around the back. No, not Van Straten, but he'd taken that, he got the ball and then put it on his own foot. Sorry, it was Van Straten.
Yeah, Peter Van Straten.
And Peter Van Straten, for me, has gone unnoticed in what he's done today. In the semi-final, for me, that Geneste really stood out, and he's doing a great job here. But Van Straten in the midfield is just covering the ground, picking ball up and keeping the initiative going for France.
Are we going to have a mad 5 minutes here? 3 goals, we'll see. Lockwood and Geneste, top of the circle. Who's going to take this one on? Geneste! Good save. Good save.
Yeah, good save from Apple, and covered the goal really well. Sorry, it wasn't Apple. Yeah, sorry. My apologies. That was Ali. So they're down low. Good glove stick save.
That'd have been interesting. That had gone in whether or not Germany would have referred it. It was pretty close to the edge of the circle, wasn't it? The stop. France have got to be careful here. Oh no, they've got to be really careful. Hat-trick for Vellens. And another defensive error from France. And Vellens strikes twice in what? 3 minutes?
Yeah, very easily. I think here what you saw is it's down the flank here, and the 2 were eliminated immediately, and he just pondered on the ball and put it across the goal. Not sure why he did that. Here, why would you play the ball back across your own goal? And he buried it.
He absolutely buried it. And from despair to joy for Andre Henning and his men. From 2-1 down to 3-2 up. Vellens gets a hat-trick, and it is 3 goals in 5 minutes, but 2 for Germany and 1 for France. And we've seen this in a number of games, haven't we? A flurry of goals.
Germany will be absolutely delighted. Just basically because they just haven't played that well to their standards this game so far. But France have been very gracious in giving those 2 opportunities to them.
All 3 goals have been given away by France.
Yeah, you're right, yeah.
But against Belgium, France conceded in the 37th, scored in the 40th, conceded in the 42nd, conceded in the 47th, 42nd, conceded in the 47th and scored in the 48th.
But I don't think France are going to change the way they play. The way they've played has got them to the final. They'll keep going.
Germany have had their moments of madness in the game against Australia, scoring in the 55th, conceding in the 57th, scoring in the 58th, scoring again in the 65th, conceding in the 69th. So it does go in runs. It's weird how it happens.
Muller just taking his time and then just have to take a quick breather.
Was that 5? Oh, Morris may have got away with that one. And Stratton. Down they come. Charlet. Feynard, who played the ball across the circle to gift Vellens his 3rd goal, his 5th of the tournament. Bundles through Feynard across the circle, good work. Good defending from Vinfeder though, and completed by Vellens, who scored the 3 goals.
And there he goes up the field. He's putting some work in at the moment. And then looks at Rua and says, no, time to come off and have a rest. I think, you know, Welland's come under the radar really because of the performances of Rua, and really has come to the front in terms of this final.
Well, he scored the 5th goal against the Dutch, and he scored the 4th goal against the Australians. So he's scored crucial goals. And if you saw the way that he finished his goal against the Dutch, there was absolutely no way he was going to miss that 3rd goal against Reino. He can really hit the ball.
France still competing, you know, when it gets really tight, they're really competing hard for the ball.
So here is this last goal again, and Feynard will wonder what on earth he's doing, but well, it was more of a slap than a hit, wasn't it? But it was well taken.
But goal scorers, when they get the opportunity, they know where to put it.
That's a great take from Sampson on the reverse stick. Kichet, who's been a little quiet since his good work midpoint of the 1st half. Here goes Lockwood. Nothing happening for France there.
Germany were quite happy for the ball just to go back out to the side after defending that circle entry.
Muller does well, really well. Let's have a look at the stats. Well, look at this, France right back into it, 42-58. It was 3 quarters, 1 quarter, wasn't it, at one stage?
That was a minute. I think they pulled that back first 10 minutes, and look at the circle penetrations as well.
France just been a little quiet in the last 5 minutes for Stratton. Doesn't see the whistle go his way. Peters Deutz.
That's great play from Granbush there.
Here's Rua. Rua on the reverse stick. Can he get the ball across? Good work in defence.
Granbush got pinned by 3 then, and then got the ball out of the space behind all 3 of them.
Charlet again with a great tackle on Rua. Now they're using the width here, Germany. Huber wins the long corner. Over to Sholkov. To Muller. Trompert.
It's the first period of play I can remember in the second half where Germany are actually controlling possession and moving the ball around.
And that right-hand corner, Huber will feed it in, and Hutterman can't bring it under control. Martin Brissac there, and Sholkov not allowing him to get away. Martin Brissac penalised.
Bench weren't happy with that. The French bench weren't happy with that decision.
Not really been happy with any decision that hasn't gone their way, if I'm honest. Isn't that coach's prerogative?
It is, and most probably they only see with one eye at the moment. Yeah, this is the deepest the French have been in this second half as well. Germany have just slowly taken grip of the game.
Doing the shuttle runs there is Pontier. Going to get very tired if he doesn't get some support. Well, they're not chasing the game, Germany, and they'll be more than happy to bat it around the back here. France are the ones that have got to do something. Well, it's all very well the French supporters cheering, but Germany will not be rushed, and you can't blame them. They just want to draw France out, so...
And I think the German coach would wish they'd done this a bit earlier, because it's just taken the sting out of the game.
Capel. That was a little rash, and that probably won't please him. There's a little word from Henning actually to Capel there, as he backs off. Garfield needs a little bit of magic from one of his men. Martin Brissac up against Groundbush, still going. Frederick Soye gives the big old Gallic shrug again.
And Goulat comes out as well and joins him. This is a real change of style in the game that we've watched in the first 45 minutes, 55 minutes, where, you know, Germany have really tried to take control of the game.
Just about getting out from underneath his feet was Phil Croy. Brings the sideline ball off Ruhr. Ruhr didn't enjoy that. It's a free hit to Germany.
He executed it properly this time.
Chance here, Groundbush over the top.
And that all came from Kalpin's the ball down the line and set up the 2v1 round the back. And Groundbush had the opportunity at the top of the D. So when it came back around here, he laid it in back to the top of the D. Groundbush gave himself space for a backhand, just couldn't keep it down.
Well, they've got a few mementos to remind themselves of their trip to India. Capel down the line, Ruhr away from the first, and then the second comes in field along the 25. Baumgarten tries to make the tackle. It's over to the left-hand side, and it's by. And who's there again but Nicholas Vellen, who just can't get enough of goalmouth action.
Wasn't that great pace on the ball from Ruhr here? He just pulled away, laid the ball off here. The ball then went across, and Vellum, yeah, he may have just gone too far, but all credit to Renaud there. Did you see how quickly he closed Vellum down?
Well, he had to. He was totally unmarked. The lead from Lockwood, and Martin Brissac gets the free hit. Finard. In it comes, and past the near post or Victor Ali.
If you're going to do that in terms of crossing, it must go on the line of the far post, not the near post.
The tempo just slowed, hasn't it, in the last 10 minutes or so.
And Germany have done that, have done really well to do that. But they're mostly benefiting from a bit more space because France will keep coming. There'll be a few tired bodies out there, so a little bit more space will be created. And I think we'll certainly see plenty more chances before the end of this game.
Well, here they go, 3 on 3. Out to this right-hand side, Velen. Charlet again, who's been immense tonight for France.
So that's really well worked back from Wellham. He must have been disappointed with his first touch. It was a great break from Gommel as well in the initial move from the bottom left-hand corner of the pitch.
Shelkoff to Müller. Back to Shelkoff, Finfeder to his right, but Müller is the recipient of the pass. Müller will spin and give it back to Shelkoff, to Finfeder. Finfeder closed down by Lockwood, kept in play by Gommel. Feina against Gommel, that's a bit tame. Grambush to Ruhr. Touched on, and a chance, and another goal, and Germany surely now are home and hosed. Jonas Gommel with it, and I think France are going to refer this.
Really good move from Germany.
Before the shot of goal. Okay. Can you hear me?
So let's hear the question.
The French are claiming that prior to the shot of goal, one of their players was obstructed, which impeded him from getting to the ball. I didn't see it. Checking for instructions.
With the move Germany had to build up from here. So here they played the ball up there. Ruhr then found the pass here, deflected into the D. Not sure I saw any obstruction there. So as that deflection goes in, the ball's picked there. And I think what France are saying is Gommel may have impeded the defender, but ooh, it looks a bit tame from me, that call.
I'm writing 4-2 down on my sheet. I think that's going to stand.
But the move Germany had before that was some great hockey.
Here it comes.
Yeah. There is no clear reason to change your decision. It's a goal. France lose their referral. Okay, thank you.
And the goal is scored, and now France have a big mountain to climb.
So here, when Ruhr plays that ball in, and it's then laid off, the defender, 14, the French defender, wasn't really close enough, and I think he thinks he was impeded, and I think that was Fenno, but he was nowhere near the ball, and I think Bruce Bell was quite right just to endorse the goal.
So first goal of the tournament for Jonas Gommel. And it's France 2, Germany 4.
And what you've seen this half is France, first 10-15 minutes, going like the clappers, put the counter-attack hockey, keeping the energy in. But just slowly, Germany have got back into their normal routine.
Martin Brissac around the back.
Taking the control of the game, pace on the ball, and certainly compared to the first half.
Chance here, Van Straten trying to make something happen. Good defensive work from Shelkoff. Shot comes in, Ali makes the save. And, making the clearance is Linnekogel.
And that was in the quality defending, but the point I was trying to make is what Germany have really upped their game. But what you've also seen is a far, far greater improvement in what they're delivering. Their passes, their tackling, the movement off the ball. And that's been the big difference between the first and the second half.
And I think when the dust has settled on this tournament, it will reflect on a tournament where Germany were the best side. Well, penalty corner coming off the foot of Capard, and is there life in this game yet? France, you feel, have to score here to just make Germany a little nervous for the final 8 and a bit minutes.
Yeah, Germany were a bit loose there, really. It was a good hard slap in, deflection off the stick, and then onto his fellow defender's foot.
Oh, they're calling the big man up from the back. Here comes Charlet. Should get there in about 4 strides. Scored a penalty corner against Belgium in the quarter-final. It was to the keeper's right. Memory serves me correctly, it wasn't the quickest penalty corner. But Geneste is giving him a little tap on the back.
We mustn't forget that France were 4-2 down to Belgium.
Geneste, oh, wow, good running from Wim Fedder. He just took too long, didn't he,
Yeah,
Geneste?
really good defending. That's brave defending as well. When you send out your flyers, they've got to get to the ball, and he did a great job there.
It was the full-on dummy calling the big man up from the back.
So
They've got to be careful here. Vellen's on the attack.
France made the decision to do the slip left, and he did a fantastic job running down that ball.
Vellen, past Geneste, wins the free hit. Have there been any cards this half? I don't think so.
No, there hasn't.
The discipline has been good by both sides. Oh, slip on the way through. Samson sees his pass go off the end of the pitch, and well, it's to be kept goalless for the first time in this competition. 6.5 minutes remaining in this Hero Hockey Junior World Cup final. France 2, Germany 4. France did lead 2-1. 3 goals, 2 from Nicolas Vellen and 1 from Jonas Gommel, have given Germany a really good advantage coming into the final throws of this final.
Tiny defending from Held then.
Can France come up with a sort of comeback that they found against Belgium? Unlucky there, a little ball in, but good defending there from Christopher Held. Loose passing, just coming back into the Germany game. Now, any joy down that right? No, the pass is a poor one to Lockwood. Muller. No real rush. 5.5 minutes from captaining his country to a 6th Junior World Cup title and successfully defend their crown.
Martin Brissac just keeps going, keeps going. I know he looks dejected as he walks away from the ball.
Wim Fedder to Muller, to Capard, space on this right-hand side for Nischke. Nischke up into the circle, and Straten does well.
Great pick on the reverse stick then as he came across his own D.
Charlet throws the aerial, Muller's there. Now, this is what France have got to do. They've got to push high up the park. Off his foot, but they can't afford the half-court press now. Got to be all-out pressure. Oh, there was a chance for Lockwood, but he couldn't take the pick as the first touch from Sholkoff was too heavy. Trouble brewing here as Velen tries to come through, but a great tackle.
While Germany are defending really well, any opportunity, they are looking still to go forward.
What have France got in the locker here? Muller. This is better from France. Pushing high up now. They've won possession back, have they? A diving Sholkov gets the ball off the back line for a long corner, but good tactics here from France.
And really showing what they've done all this tournament. Keep going, keep going.
Well, there's going to be a change of goalkeeper here. Corentin Saunier is about to come on. Wow. Here we go then, Saunier coming on for Renault.
So obviously they've decided that they're not going to 11 field players, and given the opportunity for the goalkeeper is more of a priority. Interesting.
Should have stayed working ever so hard. And then Gobble unable to bring the ball under control. Charles at the wrong end of the park. Good pick from Held. Held into the circle. Held's got support. Back it comes. And somehow they've missed. But Roar, who scored in every game, makes it a goal in the final. A matter of seconds after Saunier has come on. And Christopher Roar will finish as the tournament's top scorer. His 9th goal of the competition.
Fantastic work from Held here. Once the ball was won, just watch how he carries this ball along the baseline. Head up. France tried to interfere. The first shot came over the post. The goalkeeper cleared with his stick, and Rua just buried it.
Well, we wondered whether or not he'll get a chance. He does get a chance, and he buries it. And Germany, well, we thought at 4-2 they had defended their ground. They now have certainly defended their ground at 5-2, but the game has really only changed in the last 20 minutes of the match.
Yeah, correct. I think Germany just took longer today to get into their stride, and now we're starting to see them at full pelt.
Here we go. Oh, that's going to hurt. That was off the backside of Fourcroy.
And France can't refer. What pace Rua showed here in the counter-attack once they won the ball. So it was away, laid it in, and came off the stick into the French body.
Well,
and the two guys who really set the tone here, Velen and Rua, worked really well together there.
Well, the final 90 seconds or so of this Hero Hockey Junior World Cup final, and having been under severe pressure, looking rattled 10 minutes or so into the second half, Germany have now secured the crown. They responded well. Okay, here we go there. Is there to be a stick? It would be cruel on France if there was. And the keeper gets it clear, Saunier. He's only been on 2.5 minutes, and he's been in the thick of the action. Conceded one goal and had to save a penalty corner.
Yeah, and it was a bit unfortunate with Rua's goals there, because he actually got down low and took the ball, but when he swept the ball away, when you sweep it, don't give it to Rua.
Well, or you sweep it more out to the side rather than 45 degrees. Final 20 seconds, and Germany are preparing to explode off their bench. Here we go then. Well, some French players already have their heads in their hands. That is the final hooter, and Germany make it 6 Hockey Junior World Cup titles in 10 editions. Delight all round for them, despair for France, but they played a full part in what was a thoroughly entertaining final. A pylon on the far side of the park, but spare a thought for those in blue. They thought their dreams were made when they led 2-1, 6 minutes into the second period, when Baumgarten got the second, but 2 goals from Nicholas Bellin, 1 from Jonas Gommel, and who else but Christopher Ruhr wrapped up the scoring and turned this game around. And the final score, France 2, Germany 5. Well, as you can see, the emotion of the moment getting to the French players, but for every disappointment there is joy, and we have both spectrums on the emotion, both emotions on the spectrum scale here, don't we?
We do, and firstly I'd just like to praise France. When we look at what they've done in this tournament, everybody said or started the game that we're a German run, no problem at all. They contributed to an outstanding final. They kept going, but maybe, as you pointed out at the start of the game, a game too far. And what we saw in the second half was slowly but surely the German dominance, the German skill sets that they have in this team, and really punished the French. And they are worthy world champions, but we must give credit to France for what they've contributed in this final and in the competition.
And then take into account the desperate start they had, conceding a goal inside the first 2 minutes. Their response, well, it was absolutely brilliant, wasn't it? To come back, get back on level terms, and then get into the lead. But you can just see how disappointed they are. When the dust settles, I'm sure they'll be incredibly proud of what they have achieved. But right now, it's just a little bit difficult for them to take. And I think it's Charlet, is it, all the way down on the right-hand side, who's just slumped up against the advertising hoardings. Genest's in tears, and the big man is helped up to his feet by Victor Lockwood, and the support will come from the fans on the far side. And the French team make their way over to their supporters in that stand on the opposite side to show their gratitude. But they should hold their heads high. So Germany are the World Cup winners here in Delhi. They've beaten France by 5 goals to 2. And let's go now to the post-match presentation with Dubai and Sen.
Yes, what a fantastic finale to the Hero Junior World Cup. Germany fitting champions by a 5-2 margin, but it was a lot closer than the scoreline suggests. Right, for the post-match presentation, I have the pleasure of being joined by the legendary, iconic Balbir Singh Senior, Padma Shri awardee, and of course 3-time Olympic gold medalist, 1948, 1952, and captain of 1956. And he'll present the hero man of the man of the match trophy for this final, and a check prize rather of 12,000 rupees to Nicholas Bellin of Germany. Nicholas, 5-2 in the end, but it was a lot closer, wasn't it? Especially when you were trailing the game 1-2.
Yeah, it was a hard game, but we showed a great performance. It was so close, but yeah, I'm just happy that we won.
You started off with a defeat your entire campaign. So what was it that turned it around? What was said at the end of that match among the team?
We had no pressure, but we know that France is a very good team. They won against Belgium, so yeah, we know it will be very hard, and I'm happy that we won.
And what about some of the teammates' contributions? You couldn't have done it without some of them contributing right through the tournament. Lots of goals. Christopher Ruhr was in excellent form.
Christopher Ruhr was, for me, the man of the tournament. Great player, and yeah, he's so good.
Well, enjoy the moment, and congrats once again for your performance today.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Nicholas Vellen, a worthy recipient of the Hero Man of the Match, a hat-trick in a World Cup final. That's special and something he'll always remember.
Yeah, he would, and I'm sure his parents are very proud of him, but you know, when you want to deliver it on the world stage, and Vellum has done that. And I thought not just the goals, but I thought he had an outstanding game. I know all the spotlight's been on Ruhr, but for me today, Vellum was the man who stood up and was most consistent, even when Germany weren't playing well.
Well, Mats Grambusch had a great game in the middle of the park, and Andre Henning will be absolutely delighted with the way his team responded. The Dutch, well, they finished third, but it's all about Germany. Germany are the World Cup winners here in Delhi for 2013.